Hey friends, welcome back. Today I am working on week 41 and I'm using a whole bunch of supplies that my beautiful friend Belinda sent me at the start of the month. She sent me this beautiful package filled with October-y Halloween goodies, and there was a lot of my favorite kind of purpley colors in there, including these cut apart cards. So I am going to create an entire Project Life spread using those and a few other bits and pieces from my Halloween stash. One of the things that she sent was this little coffin shaker filled with the most fantastic sequin mix, plus this spiderweb kind of doily. I am going to use that for my title card. I just grabbed some kind of lavender cardstock, trimmed that down to a 4x6, and I'm going to use that to create my title card. And then I used a few of the 3x4 cards. I just want to use as many as possible. So I am going to mat this little photo with just some of this purple because I really want to add just a touch more of that kind of bluey purple rather than the pinky purple. And because it's going to sit on top of a white journaling card, it's very hard to see. There's a little bit of kind of silver foil on that one. Just adding that little bit of purple kind of, I guess, gives it a bit of a pop and ties it in together with the rest of the layout. One of the things that she had sent me were these little die cut words, and I'm going to use the word potion and create a filler card instead of doing some journaling. Being October, there is already a lot of journaling going on in my October daily album, so I don't worry about that too much. But I loved the potion next to the photo of my selfie with my pumpkin coffee mug there. So as far as my title card goes, I'm just going to adhere everything down basically. The hard work is already done with this little coffin shaker. So I've stuck down the doily first. Now it is like quite a heavy glitter cardstock. I am fairly confident that I've added enough adhesive onto that shaker to keep it in place. It is attached to the plain cardstock as well as the glitter cardstock, and the same will go for this label. This was just a digital printable that I have printed out. I chose the orange because there are a few pops of orange. I was quite intentional with the way that I printed my photos this week. So I knew that I wanted to use these supplies from Belinda. I knew it was going to have a heavily purple theme. And so really anything that didn't fit in with that got converted to black and white. And then I think I've got two photos in there. One is of our voting booth sign, our voting poll sign, which just happens to be orange, works nicely with the purple. And the top photo there was some happy mail that my friend Alice sent me. So of course it is Halloween themed as well. The orange works perfectly. And so to tie in that orange, I did want to add the little orange label just to make that all kind of make sense. I added some black alphas from Citrus Twist to the title card, and I didn't bother about using any E's. I definitely could have probably still fit week 41 in there because the 4 and the 1 don't take up a whole lot of room, but instead I just put the WK and the 41, and then I can move on to my little filler card here. I'm not going to do too much to it. The title card has already got plenty of action going on, but this one I did want to bring in some of the silver. So the little doily that I've put there is silver, and I've layered that on top of this darker pattern, so it really does kind of pop on there. And then on top of potion, I thought the perfect way to describe my coffee is wake up potion. So again, I'm using some smaller alphas from Citrus Twist, these little white foam ones. I had to open a brand new packet because I needed an E, and I just popped that on top of the word potion. And then I decided that I would add a few little stars. So I've got this wee jar of stars, most of which I punched last October. There are a few extra ones, like anytime I'm using my star punches or I've got some little scraps, I punch out some stars, pop them in this wee jar, and then I've got them to use. And I just so happened to have, as well as the black and silver that's usually in there, I had a couple of little purple ones because I had done some ink blending on some cardstock, and the offcuts of that I had punched out some little stars. So the purple matched perfectly. I'm also going to add some of these little silver, I don't know, they're not really gems. They're not really enamel dots. I don't know where they came from. I don't know what they are, but they add a little bit more sparkle, kind of a chrome look enamel dot, I guess. And then I'm going to work on this photo of Willow. So she's such a cutie. She loves to dive bomb the blankets on the bed, and I just happened to catch her underneath there one day. She is much better at letting me take photos than Pearl is. So she's definitely the heavier photographed cat of the pair of them. I've got this stamp set from Heidi Swap, and it was super annoying actually because the stamp kept peeling off my block, but I'm just gonna run a line of stamped skull and crossbones along the bottom. I'm spacing them a little bit wider than maybe I had originally intended, but it actually ends up working out in my favor because I also have this stamp set from Catherine Pooler with all of these just adorable little zombie ghost, devil cats, but my favorite is the kind of punny sayings on there. So I picked one of those. I'm feline spooky. I wanted something to stamp it into, so I just went into my stash and found a little metal die that was not scalloped. I guess it's got like a crimped border on it. I just trimmed that out of white cardstock and then stamped the sentiment on there, and it fit perfectly. But here's where I was super pleased to have the skull and crossbones like spread out a little bit, is that I could use one of these wee cat paw stamps to stamp on there. And I did stamp them in Distress Oxide, and I don't normally love to do that because the photo paper, because I print at home, there's some sort of reaction that goes on with the Distress Oxide. So when I stamp on there, it kind of like, it sucks in the ink and it leaves this kind of powdery dust on top. And it does tend to go a different color. So used purposefully like this, it's kind of a cool effect, but I wouldn't use it for any stamps that were sort of a little bit larger than that. As it was, it just gives that photo a little bit of the purple touch, which is what I was going for. I'm going to use that same Heidi Swap stamp set and a few different coloured inks just to create a wee banner here. Just layering up a few of the stamps there. It really wasn't kind of anything other than just adding a little touch of Halloweeniness onto here. I did just die cut another shape out of the white cardstock, and it needed to be filled up. So I've got a few stamps on there just for fun, that sort of thing. And then I can trim that down and add that underneath. It just gives a little bit of embellishment to that photo, but really that's all that the spread need. I really love how this one turned out. All of that purple is just so Halloween-y. I totally love it. Hey, thanks for watching today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, there are a couple more videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you again really soon. Bye.